Okay. Right, good day ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for coming. I don't think I've ever been to speak to a crowd that so don't want to listen to what I've got to say. So I'll be very, very brief. As Ruth introduced me, my name's Howard Davies and I'm Chief Executive of a very tiny charity, and I'll explain a bit more about that in a moment. But first of all, I want to say thank you to the staff and the volunteers and the National Trust, whose land this is, that have made this wonderful event happen. So thank you very much for all of those involved. Thank you. Thank you. So the National Association, the charity that I look after, is a tiny charity that was set up probably about 15 years ago to look after the interests of all of the AOMBs in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. And we provide leadership, we provide support to all the teams at the local level. And those local teams cover an impressive 8,000 square miles of some of the most precious and beautiful landscapes in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. They do a fantastic job. But today it's about celebrating the 70th anniversary of the 1949 National Parks and Access to the Countryside Act, which is the act that allowed AOMBs to be set up in the first place. We know this AOMB was designated in the early 70s, but the Act obviously been around a lot longer. It was part of the post-war democratic settlement, and it came about at the same time as the Town Planning Act, the National Health Service. All of these acts came about as a result of the Second World War and tried to instill a new sense of identity and pride in the nation or in the nations. Really successful pieces of legislation. 70 years, and we've had a history of expressing the values of these places in terms of planning law. We talk about AOMB management plans, we talk about planning gain, we talk about policy. But what we failed to do, or we failed to do in many cases, is try to express the value of these places in emotional terms. And actually, people value these places because they generate deep and heartfelt emotion. And that's something we've been trying to capture. Thank you. Absolutely. And that's something we've been trying to address over the last couple of years. So we've been working very closely with artists and with Arts Council England to try to bring artists and producers into a lot of the work that we're doing. And that really was the basis for this celebration. I'm going to probably stop it there. Just to remind everyone that this is taking place across the whole of Britain. This isn't just a single event. We're really, really lucky to be able to celebrate incredible weather as well, and we're really, really pleased with the turnout that we've had today. So thank you very much. And on that note, I'm going to hand over and introduce you to Simon Armitage, the Poet Laureate, geographer and Poet Laureate, who's been working with us for a couple of months, and I'll leave the rest to him. So thank you very much and thanks for coming.